Ah, traveler, you have arrived just in time. The night is deep, and the fire is warm. Sit, rest your weary bones, and listen well, for there are stories buried in these lands, whispers of old magic that the world has tried to forget. But the wind remembers, the earth remembers, and sometimes, when the hour is right, the past reaches out, calling to those who dare to listen. Tonight I will tell you of the Wyrm's Call, a tale as ancient as the mountains, older than kings, older than the stars' reflection in the rivers. It begins, as all great stories do, with a sound that had not been heard in 1,000 years. In the forgotten valley of Elarion, where the mist coils through the trees like silent ghosts, the people lived quiet, untroubled lives. They tilled the earth, they built their homes of stone and timber, and they paid little mind to the ruins that stood on the cliffs above them. Blackened spires, shattered statues, doorways leading into nothingness, relics of a kingdom that had crumbled long before their ancestors' time. To them, the ruins were simply that, lifeless, abandoned. But one night, the sky split open with the sound of something vast awakening, a roar. A deep, resounding cry that shuddered through the mountains, rattling the very bones of the earth. It was not the howl of wolves, nor the wailing of wind. It was something deeper, older, a voice rising from the depths of time itself. The villagers clutched their hearts, their breath stolen by a fear they did not understand. Animals cowered, the trees trembled, and in the ruins above, the dust stirred, as if something beneath had drawn its first breath in centuries. Among the villagers was a boy named Alden, a shepherd's son with restless dreams. He alone did not flee indoors when the roar came. No, he ran toward the cliffs, feet pounding the dirt, his pulse matching the wild rhythm of the earth. He had always been drawn to the ruins, feeling their silence press upon him like a whisper on the edge of hearing. But this was different. The whisper had become a voice. At the summit, he stood gasping for breath, staring at the broken temple that crowned the cliff. The great stone arch, worn by time, was cracked but unbowed, and beyond it, where the temple's heart should have been, something pulsed, a glow, faint, golden, like the last light of dusk. It flickered, then flared, as if responding to unseen hands. Then came the second roar, louder, stronger. It did not shake the earth. No, it shook him. It reached into his bones, into the marrow of his being, filling his mind with visions of things he did not understand. Wings vast as thunderclouds, eyes like molten gold, a voice, ancient and knowing, whispering his name. Alden fell to his knees, clutching his chest, his heart pounding like a war drum. This was no dream, no story. Something had awoken. Far beneath the ruins, sealed away in the darkness, the slumbering beast stirred. Its scales, once dimmed with age, gleamed as power coursed through its form once more. It had been cast into an enchanted sleep long ago, bound by a covenant broken and forgotten. But time had frayed the edges of that magic. The world had changed, and so too had the chains that bound it. The dragon was waking. It exhaled, a breath like embers on the wind, and the stone around it groaned. Its talons flexed, scraping against the rock. Above, where Alden knelt, the ruins trembled as the magic that had once sealed them began to fray. The boy, unknowing, unprepared, had heard the call, and the dragon had heard him in return. In the days that followed, the land itself seemed to change. The air was thick with something unseen, something old and stirring. The villagers felt it in their bones, though they did not know why. The crops grew taller, the rivers ran fuller, the sky itself seemed brighter. Yet beneath it all was a hum, a tension waiting to break. And Alden, oh poor Alden, he could not sleep. Every time his eyes closed, he saw them. The wings, the fire, the golden eyes watching, waiting. He knew somehow that he had been chosen, that the voice, the call, was meant for him alone. But what did it mean? The answer lay in the ruins, in the temple where the light had flickered, in the depths where something ancient now stretched its wings, tasting the air of a world that had forgotten its name. And so, traveler, this is where the story truly begins. The call has been made, the chains have weakened, and the world shifts on the edge of something vast. Do you hear it? Do you feel it? The deep, resounding echo of something greater than us all? Ah, but the hour grows late, and the fire burns low. Rest now, but keep your heart open, for in the nights to come, when the wind carries a sound unlike any other, you will know. The dragon is waking, and its covenant has yet to be fulfilled.